So, good morning. Am I audible, Madhvendra? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. So we have completed module 4, that is CNC basics and hardware. Then CNC module 5, CNC tooling and programming. Out of that, now CNC tooling has been done, and programming we will continue after completing module number 6, because that will take time. So we will proceed with the unconventional machining processes. That is module 6. So in unconventional machining process, which is module 6, we have to learn EDM, it is electrical discharge machining. In EBM, that is electron beam machining, plasma arc machining, laser beam machining, electrochemical machining, chemical machining, ultrasonic machining, abrasive jet machining, abrasive water jet machining. So it is again a vast, but the number of hours which is given is 7 in the syllabus. So again, out of this, the important is your EDM and wire EDM, and the other processes which I told, that you did not study in deep. Only what is the working principle and what is the advantages and disadvantages. That's all. Hmm. You don't have to study in deep. Hmm. But EDM and wire EDM, that is popular, so you need to study uh, that uh, deep. So this is the first process, that is abrasive jet machining. So conventional machining means where the chips are produced. A lot of chips are produced, like our lathe machines, milling machines. And unconventional means the material removal rate is slow or low, and basically unconventional machines are used for machining very hard materials which cannot be machined by conventional procedure, and which cannot be machined even with the conventional tools. So for that we use unconventional machining methods. So here the disadvantage is that the material removal rate is very low, and these are costly processes. These are very costly processes, and that's why they are not so common. So whatever unconventional processes which I named just now, out of which the most popular are EDM and wire EDM. EDM and wire EDM, these are the most popular unconventional machining. Rest all are not so popular, mainly because of it's they are very slow, and they are very costly. So you can see those processes only in IITs or BNRC, that is Atomic Research Center, or TIFR, that is Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, organizations uh, which are mainly doing researches. NASA also, wherever some special kind of material is to be machined, so there you can see this. So as that you now know what is abrasive. Abrasive is nothing but like aluminum oxide or silicon carbide, or CBN, that is cubic boron nitride, or diamond. These are called as the abrasive, which erodes the material. And that is what is nothing but your material removal. Hmm. Abrasive. So abrasive jet. So abrasive jet. So jet is nothing but a flow, flow. So it is flow of abrasive, and these abrasives are used for removing the material. So this is what diagram is. Very simple diagram here. Just have a look on this. Let's try to imbibe. this is your table on which workpiece is kept, and in this workpiece you have to cut the small cavity, or you have to erode this small cavity in the workpiece. That is the task. So you have a container, you know, having abrasives, that is over here, abrasive particles, and you have a gas supply. Just to this gas supply acts as a carrier, that is, it carries the abrasive. The pressure of the gas can be varied with the help of the pressure regulator. And you have vibrator here for mixing purpose. Food control valve means your both the hands will be free, and you can control the supply of the abrasive by operating a foot control valve, exactly same to your accelerator in the car. That is, you have accelerator, brake, and clutch. So that is foot operated pedal. That is, if you press the accelerator pedal more, then more fuel supply will happen, and the car will run faster. So same principle here. These are basically machine. They don't have a big setup except your water jet machining. Water jet machining is very big machines. So you can, you know, hold the holder in hand in order to direct to the cavity which is to be eroded. So these are some points which you can remember or which you can use. The weightage of these other processes other than EDM and YRDM. See, unconventional, the total weightage will be around, you know, 10 to 14 marks, out of which 4 marks will be the processes for the processes other than EDM and YRDM, and EDM and YRDM can be 8 to 10 marks. So just go through this. So here, few particles, they are made to impinge. The abrasive particles are bombarded on the work material at a high velocity, and there has to be, you know, some medium. So that medium is nothing but your carrier gas or air. Hmm. So this is what is your high velocity abrasive gas jets. Material removal. This material removal depends on the many factors. So one of the factors is, velocity of the abrasive gas, then pressure, hmm, then quantity of the abrasives, and so on. And of course, it also depends upon the distance, that is nozzle to workpiece, which is called as the stand-off distance. It is something like, you have standing with a gun, huh, in front of somebody, hmm, like you are playing a holy, isn't it? And the closer you are, the erosion of the second person will be more. So you have high velocity abrasive gas, and the velocity is 150 to 300 meter per second, which is considerably high. This is what is nozzle what you saw, and this is the workpiece in which a small cavity is to be eroded. And this distance, that is the distance between the workpiece and the nozzle face, is called as the stand-off distance, and it is generally 5 to 15 mm. The nozzle tip, that is, this is called the nozzle tip. It is made up of tungsten carbide, which is hard material. Forget about this. Why tungsten carbide? Because the nozzle carry the abrasive, and abrasives are nothing but they are the hard particle. So if you use this nozzle, that is, if you make nozzle out of soft material, then this nozzle will also erode because of the continuous rubbing action between the abrasive and the nozzle surface. So that's why you need to use very hard material, which is tungsten carbide. Tungsten carbide is hard material. And the bore diameter, that is hole in the nozzle through which your abrasive passes, is 0.15 millimeter. These figures you need to remember because these are important when you talk about abrasive jet machining. So the particle size is usually 25 microns. 0.025 millimeter is nothing but 25 microns. So our diameter of the hair is 25.02. So these are accelerated in a gas stream and they are directed towards the area to be machines. So as the particles impact, it causes a fracture. And if the workpiece material is brittle, then machining is faster. But obviously, all the workpiece materials they are not brittle. So here, in order to develop the pressure, there is a compressor, and you have to remember the compressed air pressure is usually 5 bar. Just you have to remember the important parameters. There is a compressor, there is a nozzle. Nozzle is of course important. There is a workpiece in which the cavity is to be eroded. Then nozzle is made up of tungsten carbide. The hole diameter is 0.2 to 0.3 millimeters. Standard of velocity. These parameters you must mention, even if it is homeworks. Then not only air, but you can also use the carbon dioxide and nitrogen. Oxygen is not used because oxygen reacts with the average use. So carrier gas was passed through a pressure regulator to obtain the working pressure. Pressure regulator is just to set the pressure, and then it is dried. Gas is then passed through the air dryer. So it is completely in the dry state because if there is any water particle, then again there will be a chemical reaction of H2O plus your aluminum oxide, that is Al2O3, or silicon carbide, that is SiC. Then the gas enters the closed chamber, that is this where the mixing occurs, and then it is sieved uh, and it is vibrated by a electromagnetic shaker. Either it can you can use shaker means vibration. So either you can use electromagnetic field or you can also use ultrasonic method uh, to mix it or to vibrate it. As you are aware that the velocity of this is 200 meter per second, so that is quite fast, 200 meter per second. See, this unconventional, it is actually the speed which matters and not the mass. Like suppose it is something like suppose if you are throwing a stone, hmm, galori बोलते हैं, बुलर, huh? If you are throwing a stone, uh, that is if you are hitting somebody with a stone, and if the velocity of the stone is very low, hmm, then the damage will not be much. But the same stone, even if the weight is small, and if it is thrown with a very high velocity, then definitely uh, the damage will be very high. So same principle here in unconventional. It is the velocity which matters and not the mass of the abrasive. Hmm. Same principle like अपना gun का also. Gun में bullet का weight is the bullets are very light. They are not heavy. But then the speed is very high. And because of the high speeds, the person is injured. This is the equipment shown here. Hmm. So this diagram also can be drawn, but earlier diagram is better. You know, you are not going to lose any mark whether you draw this or this, but this is more clear, and the equipments are shown like compressor, like a plant setup, the plant setup. Actually, these are all good. As an entrepreneur, you can think of this, but you'll have to do the market survey, proper market survey, business, because the competition is less. But you should have a business, a good business. You should have good contacts. So you have a compressor, then pressure control valve, then dryer just to remove the water vapor. uh, Then filter is nothing but FRL, that is filter regulator lubricator. Hmm. Then you have abrasive feeder. Then it is mixed. Then you have electromagnetic shaker. Shaker means vibrations. And then abrasive mixed with the carrier gas is fed through the nozzle, and the cavity is cut. And what happens during this, erosion or machining? The chemical reaction takes place, and there is a lot of gases evolved. So there has to be a provision for exhaust. Okay, so even the small chips also, that is because this gas is coming under pressure. So there is a pressure, 5 bar ka pressure. So the chips which are cut from the workpiece, they will be, here and there, here. Plus the abrasives also will fly. Hmm. So from a safety point of view, these abrasives and chips has to be collected. So there is a exhaust or dust collector or vacuum collector, so which collects the abrasives which are flying as well as the chips which are being cut. So this is very important. This vacuum dust collector or exhaust. So basically, this is the hardware of the abrasive jet machining. It consists of gas propulsion system, then you have a abrasive feeder, then machining chamber, then nozzle, and abrasives, which are familiar. Hmm. And you did not go, so deep here. That 4 mark may say 1.5 mark will be for the diagrams, and you are left with only or maximum 5 marks. So if it is 5 marks, then 2 marks to diagrams के लिए रहेगा, and then 3 marks for the description. हाँ, तो डिस्क्रिप्शन में इतना ज़्यादा लिखने का जरूरत नहीं है. Hmm. One page is sufficient. One page. हाँ, यूनिवर्सिटी का आंसर पेपर का 1 page is sufficient. That is generally एक page में around there are 30 lines. Gas propulsion system में you can mention that gas should be non-toxic, cheap, and easily available. That's why air is preferred, but CO2 and nitrogens, because they don't react with the abrasives, they are preferred over air. huh. Only the disadvantage is you have to pay for CO2 or nitrogen cylinders, whereas air is free of cost. Then another part of the hardware is your abrasive feeder. Hmm. And some figures you can mention like sieve. uh, it is made to vibrate at 60 hertz for proper mixing of gas and abrasive. Then you have machining chamber, which is enclosed so that your abrasives and your chips doesn't fly. This is very important. It has to be done in a shielded of transparent plastic sheets so that the operator can see. You have to see that these abrasives and chips doesn't fly off, because abrasives, as I have been mentioning again and again, that it has poisonous actions, and it has eroding action. See, The injuries which happens on lathe machines or milling machines can be healed very fast, but the injuries which happen on grinding, grinding, it takes time because the abrasive particles, they have poisonous action, so it takes time to heal. So that's why you should be very careful when you're working on these machines which involves abrasive particles. So that has to be handled carefully because there are peoples around. So you have to see that uh, there is no leakage of abrasives. So that's why the dust collector is must. Hmm. Sapphire is a material which is stronger than tungsten carbide. Sapphire is usually this spinning machines, textile spinning. Probably maybe knowing that is the yarn. You might have seen the yarn, which is mounted on the bobbin. और जो टेलर जो है वो on his machine he mounts that bobbin, or in our house also you may be having bobbins of the threads. So in spinning machines, from the cotton is obtained from the forest, and then that cotton is cleaned and it is bale, bale, not bale, bale, and then this cotton is passed in the spinning machines. Spinning machines are the high speed machines where the yarn is produced, dhaga, and then that yarn is mounted on the bobbins, so that in order to make the yarn, that cotton is passed through the nozzle, which are made out of tungsten carbide or sapphire. This material is also used in your transmission lines. In your transmission lines में जो रहते हैं as a support. So these supports are made out of tungsten carbide or sapphire. So even though it is hard, the life is almost 300 hours for sapphire, and it is just 30 hours for tungsten carbide. Because as I've been telling that this is this process is your abrasive jet machine. Abrasive jet machine. Abrasive means उसको सामने वाले को erode करना है. Whether it is sapphire, tungsten carbide, or whether it is MS, hmm, it will go on eroding. If the material is soft, erosion will be faster. If the material is hard, erosion will be slower. So again, you have different nozzles. This you did not write. It will not be asked also. Hmm. You have round shaped slots. You have rectangular shaped slots in the nozzles. Hmm. So right angle round shaped nozzle or straight edge rectangular shaped nozzle. As I told, the nozzle material is tungsten carbide or sapphire. In the diameter, as I explained earlier, it is generally 0.2 millimeter diameter. Hmm. And this is the life of the nozzle, that is around 30 hours maximum. Get in WC is nothing but WC is nothing but tungsten carbide. W for tungsten and C for carbide. These are the abrasives which are used. Aluminum oxide and silicon carbide. These are available in the nature. This is the size. Compared to silicon carbide is used for applications, but for the for the erosion application, but for the harder material. And aluminum oxide is for the softer material. Same, these aluminum oxide and silicon carbide grinding wheels also you will see on the shop floor. जो pedestal grinder रहते हैं उसके ऊपर the two wheels are mounted. So one is aluminum oxide, another is silicon carbide. One is for the harder material, another is for the softer material. Universally, it is true. Then these are some artificial material which is used for erosion. You have a glass bits, then you have dolomite, you have sodium bicarbonate, that is NaCO3. It also can be used for erosion purpose. Hmm. Then like our normal lathe machine and milling machine, we have cutting speed, we have feed, we have material removal rate, and then we have machining time calculation. The same is applicable here also, process parameters. So 5 mark का question में you can draw the diagram. Then that equipments you can write, you can describe each and every equipment, दो दो तीन तीन line में, and then you can go to the process parameters. So process parameters में how the process is defined. So process is defined by MRR, that is material removal rate. MRR, material removal rate. Then surface finish, what kind of surface finish you get, and then wear rate of the nozzle. This is very important because you need to keep on changing this nozzle, otherwise you don't get a good finish. So here some studies uh, conducted on the different abrasives are mentioned. Usually we teach this in PG course. Hmm. In PG you get very specialized courses like unconventional machining process is the subject itself. Here the intention is that we give some ideas. It is something like jack of all and master of none. That is, you know each and everything, but you don't know each and everything in depth. You are not masters. Hmm. That is because finally you have to manage as an engineer. You have to manage the show. So you should know each and everything. And then depending upon what career you choose, so depending upon that, you can go in detail in that particular field. This is again important, that is mass flow, that is the flow rate. Yeah, usually it is 220 gram per minute. So this is decided by the type of finish which you need and the material removal rate which you expect. Always remember, if you have if you expect higher material removal rate, then surface finish will be coarse or low. And the if you want a good surface finish, then you have to compromise on the material removal rate. So generally, uh, mm, we have a trade-off. Trade-off means neither very high material removal rate nor very low material removal. It's a compromise between your MRR and finish. Mm. These are the different gases used here: CO2, nitrogens. Mm. Then pressure is 2 to 10 bar. Average is 5 bar. In generally, on the shop floor compressor, what we use, the pressure which is developed is 5 bar. 1 bar is approximately equal to 1 kg per centimeter square. So in the shop floor, what we use, the air, that pressure is 5 bar. But the compressor what we use can develop pressure up to 10 or 12 bar also. That is 12 kg per centimeter square. So that is just sufficient for this. So you don't need, you know, kind of boosters, air boosters or pneumatic booster to increase the pressure, because this 10 bar can be achieved very easily. Then these are the some more parameters which you have already discussed. Impingement angle, again, researchers, they have conducted many studies, and then according to them, if the nozzle angle is 60 to 90 degree, then Erosion is better. Erosion means material removal. Erosion. Same thing. Sapphire is a common material or preferred material. Then again, these are the parameters for your process capabilities. Like suppose if you want a material removal rate of say 0.015 centimeter cube per minute, uh, then and this is the slot to be cut. Then surface finish is 0.25 micron to 1.25 micron. Then you can go for this average jet machining. So this is what you get in average jet machine. So you can see generally it is used for very small doing cavities, on the workpiece and not for the larger if material removal rates. Like if you want to do die machining, cavity machining, big, then this is unsuitable or not suitable. In tolerance, what we expect is plus minus 0.12 millimeter. Surface finish you get is 0.25 microns. So not that very high, 0.25 micron. Hmm. But if you control the parameters, you can also get up to 1.25 micron surface finish. And as I told, this 1.25 micron means it is the distance between the uh, crest and the ridge. That is the peaks and the valleys. Surface finish is the distance between the peak and the valleys. Then these are the applications. So obviously uh, we can use it for glass, for cutting the glass. Hmm. This you can mention. Applications you need to mention in a short note of each and every process. That means you as an engineer tomorrow when you're handling, you can take a decision like in the component development. Uh, like if you want to develop a particular component, then you can take a decision which process should I go or which process shall I invest, what equipment shall I procure. So that is the purpose, that is the objective of teaching you, hmm, or giving you overview all the machines. And when you are selected a particular machine, then you can study or you can exploit that machine deeper and it is useful in electronic devices because uh, the forces, that is the machining forces, are not much like what the forces you get in lathe machine and milling machine. Hmm. So it can be used for delicate parts or the parts like plastics, then nylon or Teflon. The nylon and Teflon, if you use it on the lathe machine, under the action of the tool force, they are bent. They get bent. You know, not true for uh, higher diameters, but if the diameters are small, like say 10 mm or 12 mm का आपने nylon या Teflon का round bar लिया, so those kind of machining is very difficult on lathe machine or milling machine if the thickness is small. So for the smaller and delicate jobs, this unconventional machining, not only abrasive but other hmm, processes, is the answer. Like engraving, on glass, car windows के ऊपर. So you can go for this. But again, nobody does uh, the etching. Everybody goes for the etching because it is faster and it is less expensive also. It can be used for your drilling, cutting, deburring, etching, polishing of hard and brittle material. The material is hard, and you cannot drill it with your machine. As I told that unconventional machining is basic purpose is you can use it on harder material. That is the basic. It's the common advantage on all the machines, unconventional machining. EDM बोलो, iridium बोलो, water jet बोलो, abrasive jet. or abrasive water jet. See, there are two processes here. One is abrasive jet and another process is abrasive water jet. Should not mix up. One is your abrasive jet and another is abrasive water jet and another is water jet machine. See, the abrasive jet machining is abbreviated as AJM. Abrasive water jet machining is abbreviated as AWJM and water jet machining is abbreviated as WJM. So it sounds same, but there is Jamin Asman ka difference. huh? In abrasive machining, there is abrasive jet machining, abrasive water jet machining, and water jet machining. So don't miss up. इसका दूसरे प्रोसेस में मत डालो. Abrasive jet machining का don't write it in abrasive water jet. So carefully read the question and answer. Again, studies. That is, if you have particle size, a particle size. So if the abrasive particles are coarse, coarse means if the abrasives are bigger, hmm, then obviously you will get a rougher surface. The finish is rough. The another advantage of this unconventional machining, that is all the process which I named in the beginning, that you don't get any chatter or you don't get any vibrations. That is the advantage. So the foundation is not required. No need of foundation. You can simply keep it on the floor. इधर भी लेके जाके उठा के रख सकते हैं. Even if you can keep it on your table also. Smaller machine, of course, not the bigger machine, because absolutely there is no vibrations because there are no cutting forces. Yes. Vibration means I am talking about vibration of the workpiece. Like in milling machine or lathe machine, if your clamping is not strong enough, then your workpiece will vibrate and there will be chatter marks. Your tool will break. So such kind of thing doesn't happen here. Then disadvantages also we should mention. That is disadvantage. The This is common disadvantage for all the machines, unconventional machining. That is material MRR is less. MRR is very very less. Then abrasive get trapped. Then it is not so accurate because there is a secondary cutting. Secondary cutting means when the abrasives they are flying off. Hmm. Because of that flying off abrasives, again the erosion will happen. मतलब abrasives जाते जाते कट करके जाएंगे. So that is what is called as the secondary cutting. So that reduces the accuracy. Then a dust collector is a must dust collector. Then the life. So major process criteria are material remolded, geometry, surface finish, and wear rate of the nozzle. On this basis, you can decide. Again, some research study if hmm, any one of you to do projects on this, but then of course you have to first identify where the machine is, hmm, and you have to take the permission. You take the permission from the institution to carry out your research. Hmm. So here it is, the effect of abrasive flow rate and grain size. on material removal rate. Like suppose how to study this. Suppose you have taken grain size 27. So this is the graph for that grain size 27. As you increase the flow rate up to certain flow rate, that is let us say 10, up to certain flow rate, the MRR increases. But afterwards, even if you increase the flow rate, that is for this is for the saturation point, the flow rate goes on decreasing or it remains steady. So higher the grain size, the faster is the material removal rate. Here the grain size is low, the material removal rate is less. Again, exit velocity of the gas and abrasive particle density. So if the density is more, then exit velocity is low, isn't it? बड़ा पत्थर है तो उसका you cannot throw it very fast. छोटा पत्थर है that is density अगर कम है so velocity can be high. Then effect of the mixing ratio and the material removal rate. So this is mixing ratio here it is constant and this average flow rate on the x-axis and material removal rate is on the y-axis. So if you increase the average flow rate, then will increase. And if we increase the mixing ratio is nothing but flow rate of the carrier gas. Oh, here there is a mistake. This is the volume flow rate of carrier gas and divided by the abrasive particles. It is just same. There is a mistake here. My apology. So, but this is actually not informed examination point of view. So if we increase the mixing ratio that is gas and the abrasive, isn't it? So it is abrasive upon the gas, not gas upon abrasive. So if we increase up to certain level, MRR increases, and then it after saturation point it decreases. MRR decreases. So this you please write it as uh, abrasive upon gas. Then you have effect of nozzle pressure on MRR. Hmm. Then effect of standoff distance. Standoff distance, it is the distance between workpiece face and the nozzle face. Like this. Now, if you go on increasing standoff distance here, hmm, then your penetration rate will increase, and after saturation, it goes on decreasing. No need to, I mean, not important from examination point of view. So that was your abrasive jet machining. Second is your abrasive water jet machining, AWJM. So the setup is like this abrasive water jet machining. So as the name implies, so you have water which is playing important role. Just have a look on this diagram. This is intensifier. This is, I think this is not clear, but this is intensifier. Intensifier is to increase the pressure. So it acts as a booster. Okay, so here you have a, instead of gas, the water is used. Hmm. There will be abrasive. Only the difference is instead of gas, the water is used. You have a high pressure water supply line from here. Just have a look on this diagram, and you have an abrasive powder. Hmm. So instead of carrier gas, you have water. This is what is your water is. Yellow color wala water है. And this is the abrasive powder, which is carried by the high pressure water, and then erosion happens. So there are specific advantages of water. That's why the gas in case of abrasive jet machining is replaced by water in abrasive water jet machining. So again, it's a non-conventional and it comes under the classification of mechanical energy. Again, unconventional can be classified as mechanical, electrical, thermal. The EDM, it comes under the category of thermal because there is a lot of heating. Now the pressure ended to 4000 meganewton per centimeter square. You can convert it into bar and check how much bar it comes. That is, you have to convert it into kg per centimeter square. So 1 kg is 9.81 Newton. So 1 Newton is around 10 is to minus 1 kg. So this is mega Newton. So 1500 into 10 is to 6 Newton. And if you want to talk in terms of kg per centimeter square, so it will be 1500 into 10 is to 5 kg per centimeter square, and that many bar. So you can imagine, the pressure, and that's why you need intensifier and accumulator, which was shown in the diagram. And that's why this is not popular because the pressures are so high. It becomes very difficult to develop such kind of high pressures. That is one thing. And second thing is it is very, 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 very unsafe because these pressures are very high. If, if there is a slight leak of water at such a high pressure, and if it will shoot, and it will damage whatever is there in front of it. So the mechanism is given amount of energy is concentrated onto a very small point. Then the kinetic energy of the water particle is converted into pressure energy, and then erosion happens. See the pumps, then accumulator, then intensifier. These are hmm, what you require. Hmm. The pressures 2000 to 4000 bar. These are still low. Hmm. Or 200 to 400 megapascal. You need intensifier and you need accumulator. So if it is abrasive water jet machining, then abrasive particles are entrained in water. And if it is only water jet machining, then your commercial tap water is used. So we will continue this in the next lecture because you have to attend now another lecture. If you have any doubt, you can ask, or you can leave.